Hi, good morning. My name is Kaysian Gordon from Kaysi Gordon Financial Planning. And today I wanted to share with you one of the early lessons that has changed the path of my whole financial life. And I wrote this as a blog piece for my blog at kaysigordon.com. It's KAYSIGORDON.com. I'm going to put it also in the description. And it's called Automate Your Savings and Your Life. So, story, I love to tell a story. So some years ago, when I had just finished college, but right before I started my accounting career, I started using credit cards that had been provided at the school gates. Do any of you remember those days? If you sign up, you get a free t-shirt or something free. So it was very easy to sign up. Little did I know how much that free t-shirt would actually cost me. So please tell me I am not the only one. So when I started my career, I had a colleague and a friend who had more experience in the area of finances than I did. While we were both budding accountants and CPAs, the training for an accountant is very different than for a financial advisor. So one day during our break, we sat together and he walked me through how to make sure I was paying down debt, saving in my 401k, and also saving in a bank account for the future. Being able to do all these things all at once. I think without knowing it at the time, that was the fundamental of my financial planning training. All of those steps became automated. It took the guesswork out of what I needed to do. We looked at how much I could afford to contribute to my 401k and established that as an automatic pre-tax withdrawal. Came out of my paycheck without me ever seeing it. We looked at my debt and determined how we could pay it down and as quickly as possible, even if it meant transferring the balance from one credit card to another with zero interest for a time, which allowed no additional interest to be accrued, but of course you had to pay the upfront fee. And the caveat to doing that is to try to pay it off within the time frame. Otherwise, the interest goes back to whatever it was after the offer expired, the zero interest offer expired. So then, even though I technically couldn't afford it, he had me put away $50 out of each paycheck. I set this up as an automatic withdrawal. If I didn't have it in my checking account, I couldn't spend it. It went to a separate savings account. That conversation took place well over 20 years ago. And that method has allowed me to save for a whole host of things throughout my life so far. I've also created some disciplines around how I save, and spend and save, but this is still a great tool to use. I was having a similar conversation with a friend a few years ago and asking him how he got started. He shared that he had started with a similar method by transferring $25 out of each paycheck into an investment account. He did this process over the course of less than 10 years. He also shared that when he was getting married, he was able to use the proceeds in that one account to pay for his entire wedding. And when he shared the number, it was not an inexpensive wedding. I was floored. Friends, this is the power of saving, reducing debt, and having investments and having compounding investments over time. So you may have been doing some of these things, but now you need to ensure that you're taking the best opportunities for your earnings. If you're ready for that, let's have a conversation. Please feel free to reach out to me, and I will post that in the link.